actually for Jump Squad here. I cannot get this, I can't get the review station out right now, so I'm just going to do the review of the box outside of it. It's just going to be a quick look. At the front, we got a cool graphic of the assassin predator versus the fugitive predator. It says the predator right there. It's got like the target reticle, and it says the armored assassin predator 17 plus. Pretty much the same thing right here. On the back, you have a cool product shot, different poses, even with the fugitive predator. And right here, we have a quick read-up. If you want to pause the video, you can read that. This side just says the predator, armored assassin. At the top, just pretty similar stuff. The bottom, we got some credits and the price. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Let's crack this thing open. Okay, guys, now we have the assassin predator out of the box, and he looks awesome. He looks great on your shelf. The paint apps are great. He looks mean. So I thought that we'd start this off by getting into his accessories. So he comes with 2 pairs of hands. He has his open hands right here, which are just all gray with black nails. They look great. He's got like the bony knuckles and stuff with like the spikes. I think that looks great. Then he has his fist, which does not have paint on the nails. It has like a beige color on the palm a little bit, but there's no black paint on the nails, which doesn't make too much sense to me. But you know, it's not the end of the world. Then he comes with a screaming head sculpt. Same paint apps as the one up there, just he's screaming now. Looks great. Both head sculpts look great. They look very mean. His dreadlocks are really long, and they have like little overlays, like scales almost. He's got like spikes on the ends of his dreadlocks. It just looks so cool. And then he comes with 2 weapons. He comes with this really long blade. Looks really nice. It ports into the right arm, and you have this cannon that ports into the left arm. And in his arm, he has this little tab right here, and you pull that off, so it just looks like the cannon's like folded up in his arm, which I think is pretty cool. So I'll throw these accessories in real quick. Okay, so I just threw him in a quick pose with his blade and his gun on display. Whoops. So yeah, it looks pretty cool. I like those accessories a lot. Yeah, he uses them both in the movie. I think that's pretty cool. So let's get into his articulation real quick. So I'm just gonna take these out. Yeah, and whooping. All right. So here, let me move the camera a little bit. Okay. So for his articulation, I will be very cautious because I did break one of these on accident. I was able to get a return, but his knee joints were extremely stiff, and I put very little pressure. I was bending the bottom one, and when I got to get to the final point, the top one just snapped out and broke the joint in half completely. So I was very cautious while doing this one, and I had to heat treat it. But as you can see, he does have double joint knees. I'm just being very slow, but there he is, double joint knees. So that was the one thing I just wanted to point out before. So he can turn his head this far, that far. He can look down about that far. Can look up pretty far. He has a shoulder hinge that goes out all the way. He has double joint elbows, a wrist hinge that goes up and down and rotates. Oh, and he also does have rotation at the gauntlet and at the upper joint like that. So yeah, that's pretty cool. He has a diaphragm joint. It's pretty stiff, but it still works. He can crunch back that far, crunch forward that far, and he does have a waist joint, but mine is not working, so I'm not going to force it. And then he can kick forward about that far, kick back that far, and his leg joints are on a ratchet, so it's more stable. He can kick out sideways. I already showed you his double joint knees. He has a hinge on the upper ankle that can go that far in, and it can go straight like that. And then he has this toe hinge right here. It's really hard to get. It like clicks into place, but oh wait, no, this one's fine. But yeah, as you can see, that moves, and he has a little bit of ankle pivot there. So the articulation on this figure is good, but it is stiff, so just be cautious while posing it. So now let's get on to some size comparisons. Okay, so now for size comparisons, I have him next to the Fugitive Predator because I think that that's a very important thing, that he's in scale with him, so he can choke him and do all those cool poses. And he is, and I've had a lot of fun posing him, choking him, slamming him, stabbing him, whatever you want. It's a blast. Then I have him next to Captain America because he's a pretty average Then I have him next to Captain America because he's an average 6-inch scale figure. And that's it for size comparisons. Let's get into my overall review. Okay, so here we have him in a pretty dynamic pose to show off his articulation. So I love this figure a lot. However, the fact that it did break on me does lower the rating a little bit. I think that does suck a lot, and that we shouldn't have that problem. Especially since the figures look so great, and like, you know, they're designed well. It's just they're not produced properly. So I think I still do love this figure a lot. I think it looks great. I love posing him. I love him on my shelf. So I think I'm gonna rate him maybe 8 out of 10 just because of the fact that it broke. It would be close to a 9. But I do love this figure a lot, and I would recommend it to you. Just, you know, be cautious, heat up his joints before you pose him, you know, not every time, but like heat them up, get them loose, not loose, but just like, you know, to the point where they're not impossible to move, and then you're set. And I just, you know, yeah, I like this figure a lot. I'm just mad that it broke, so yeah. Alright guys, thank you for watching till the end, and we'll see you next time. Like and subscribe. Action Figure Jump Squad out.